Well, it looks like the double white phosphorus shots from the Wirblewinds is doing the trick, because my god, it is hammer just smashing that blob to bits. Hey guys, remember to like, subscribe if you enjoyed the video, and hey, go one step further, become a channel member. Any support you guys give is greatly appreciated. Thank you for watching, and enjoy the video. Hello everyone, I'm Greyshot17, and today I'm covering a 4v4 on Mignano Gap. Not my favorite map, not by a long shot, but you know, it's growing on me. But I think that's just, you know, when you're stuck watching a game for nearly 2 years, or over 2 years at this point, goddamn, you just get used to it. But that being said, they have changed it in a number of different ways. But how will these players deal with it today? We shall see. We got 2 Brits and 2 American versing 3 Vermach and a Doc. Right now, nothing specific battle group related for the Germans. The Allies also don't have any, like, a specific pick via battle groups, at least as far as they can see over here. We'll see what happens when, of course, they start picking some additional units and start going up their respective base building and also unlocks through the battle group system and stuff like that. Anyway, different players. We got Dino. We got ourselves Sharp-Eyed Fox, Woola, Zam Tiger, and Sharp-Eyed Fox, Woola, Zam Tiger. Yeah, okay. And then on the Axis side, we got ourselves Doke1 Jelly. Is that Doki? I got Doke1 Jelly, Lord Gentle Crab. That's actually a little funny. Zergvos? Oh, is that? I don't understand. And purple. I'm just gonna say purple. Anyway, we got Doke1 Jelly and Dino going at it in mid. MG Royal Engineers. Pioneers will probably get in the building, but Royal Engineers have more DPS and should be able to overwhelm that Pioneer squad and win the day. If you have a game of you winning the day, submit to my Gmail or Discord. Both links are down below. Plus, I do occasionally pull from the CoH3 replays website, so as well. Either way, I have a good variety. Fortunately, something that cannot be said for the Germans, as they just lost the Pioneer, limiting some of their units to only limiting them to Grenadier focus. Interesting. More jack of all trades for everyone else, nothing real specific. We got ourselves a half-track with Panzer Pioneers trying to help fight the multiple Royal Engineers, but Zam Tiger is pushing on Zergvos pretty well, and at least holding him back. So good job there. Panzer Pioneers also being pushed back by Allied forces right there. It is not looking good across this front line. But hey, mate, oh god, don't know why that's up. Also, don't pay attention. I wasn't watching, I wasn't listening to K-pop Demon Hunters. Definitely not. Absolutely was not listening to that before this. I mean, it's not very catchy music and also pretty good movie. Let's not go into that. Anyway, let's go into the Grenadiers attempting to be in the building next to the Riflemen, opening fire. Let's see, Grenadiers fighting off Riflemen with additional Grenadiers. We have infantry section Royal Engineers there. Allied forces have overextended a bit, but they do have mortars and stuff like to help deal with that infantry to try to burn them out, blow up, get them outside the buildings, and allow it an easier target for the remaining infantry in the sector. Alright, and again, we do have some upgrades going on for Zerg, going on over here, which he's duking out up north. We know he went breakthrough because of the MP40s, so at least he has that. Let's see if I can switch it up real quick. Okay, so this makes it a lot easier. So Canadian Shock Battle Group, we got ourselves Australian, Breakthrough, Panzerjäger. Nice Faust, by the way, knocking out the Dingo, so Germans holding, but not sure how long they can hold against. Well, the inbound Rifleman is the big thing, but also the MG slowly suppressing them is the other thing. Actually, honestly, we could see a situation where this guy is killed. Or, sorry, this Rifleman squad kills 2 squads. So there goes one. Can they kill a second one? Is the question. Alright. And... oh my god, that would be so funny if it was right next to the other one. But it looks like the German Grenadier will survive. Barely, I might add, but he does manage to survive. So, good job, Zerg, for keeping that man alive through sending in new units. Also, a little shout out to the Panzer Pioneer there on Purple's part. Anyway, let's double check the other ones. We got Doki, has yet to really pick anything. And we got ourselves Lord Gentle Crab, who also went breakthrough. Okay, so 2 breakthrough players, not too shabby. Allied side, We got the, well, we got Rangers, so that means advanced infantry right there. And then we got ourselves, let's see, was it Dino? No, Dino went Australian. Canadian. Alright, so I think it's Canadian, advanced, and another advanced. Oh, okay, I see here. So we have 2 guys going advanced infantry. Alright. I'm very curious to see how that actually goes out. So a lot of heavy infantry, potential artillery, and with the Australians, so a good creepy barrage or archers. Either way should be a good focus. Now let's see, Grenadiers are in the building opening fire on the infantry section, but I think the infantry section will win this unless they get reinforcements. Germans have any reinforcements? Because they've been taking some heavy casualties. We have a Jaeger squad, okay, interesting choice. But I just don't think, let's see, Lord Gentle Crab or Doke 1 over here is really going to be able to push into the city. There's an MG here, a 2-pounder set up for the Australian battle group. Again, looks like Dino has done a pretty good job. Let's see. I guess Dino. Damn it. Thinking of Flintstones, Dino. Anyway, he gets pushed back. Engineer's pushing on in. Grenadier's going to hightail it out of there. So, okay, the Germans are not doing well in the northern sector and the middle sector. But they are not doing half bad in the southern sector. Lord Gentle Crab is doing a pretty good job, though we have smoke coming on in, riflemen flanking, using the sprint ability to get around. We also have the captain opening fire. Not really much else. I do like the cache, but the problem is there's not much protecting it. And I feel like the Allies will go there pretty quickly to neutralize it. Not only the cache, but then take it for themselves. Allies, by the way, are 26. Axis are 29. That's really in part due to the southern fuel keeping them afloat. But on the flip side, the Allies also have more munitions than the Axis as well. So it's muni and fuel not looking all that great for the Germans at this moment, or the near future, I should say, for some. Infantry section managed to steal a Panzer Pioneer's grenade launcher, because why not? Royal Engineers throw a grenade, but it's pretty much not really all that effective. Infantry is pulling back. The MG is opening fire on the Jaeger squad. Taking some hits. Actually, it's not properly in cover. So, it's not in green cover. I don't know. I believe that makes sure it actually doesn't get the bonuses, because this Jaeger squad is actually doing quite a bit to it. More so than I would have thought. Now, double flamethrower for the, the engineer over here. So, good work there. It's like, hey, there's a free flamethrower. Why not take it? So, he's able to use that and keep the German infantry away, because double flamethrower will melt your infantry pretty damn quick, especially if you're in good cover. Being also in a good position, we have ourselves Purple trying his best to push up north, but alas, it's just not going all that well. Palm Grenadiers and stuff do take the fuel, which will help the Axis out and keep it on par with the Allies. Nice health upgrades for Woola over here for his infantry. But the Brit... Wait, hold on. MG, Royal Engineer Squad. The Brit is actually pushing in his men in the hopes to burn this infantry out, keep the MG firing, and keep the Germans away. He needs reinforcements in stats, but I don't see anything. I mean, we have this AT gun, but it's back at base. I don't see a rapid response thing. So he has MGs, that's fine and dandy and all, but a flak drilling will slowly break the infantry in the building and push through. We have artillery, though, coming on in. That is helping. The building is about to fall, and the MG is killed. Oh, okay, it's not about to fall. The MG is about to die. That's what I should have said. Damn. This is my first game, guys. I promise. I'm still waking up. Anyway, MG is forced back, and maybe Purple Elf is small, but noticeable opportunity to take the northern sector and the fuel. This MG is now under fire from the flak drilling, slowly breaking that building down and clearing out the infantry. Wirblewinds is on the field trying to hit the captain and rifleman. We also have, again, some upgrades for them with their bars, so the riflemen are nothing to sneeze at. Another Wirblewinds on the front. So maybe you throw an AT grenade if you have the ability. Does he have the ability is the question. Yeah, he got the grenade package about 4 minutes in. So he's been fine. He's been fine. Let's see. Infantry section are covering this point right now. Doing a decent job, at least holding mid, especially with still that AT gun support. Engineers, what do you place? Oh, you're placing an MG bunker. Okay. Or the equivalent for the British. Infantry, again, the Grenadiers running over, just hunting down any I'm sorry, not British, American force in the south, so good job there. We do have a forward position. That's the nice thing about advanced infantry is you do get that forward base. But it's not that helpful when the allied positions are being targeted, and those allied positions are right outside of your base. And now the Germans, I think, should have seen that. So if they can see it, you're probably going to be targeted. Riflemen as well, not riflemen, sorry, Rangers opening fire might be able to kill the Grenadiers if they're lucky. That'd be a nice little win for them to at least kill a unit. Let's see, I don't know. He doesn't have any armor in the south right now. Nebelwerfer is an interesting choice. So if you went with Nebelwerfer, that means you only really can... Yeah, you don't really have all that much in terms of armor you can bring up. Because what, that would be the Stug. It's the Stug and the Nebelwerfer is the unlock for that. So, yeah, you're not going to get a Wirblewinds like these other guys have. Oh, or what Doki 1 got 2 of. Although he got pushed back by AT fire. Rifle Grenade knocks out some Grenadiers, going to force him back. Though he does successfully decapture the point. The British player, again, Dino has done a pretty good job at holding his position. And right on time, he brings up the medical truck. You really need that in order to heal up these guys and keep them in the fight. Though, again, some units may want to retreat, some pull back further. But the Blob from Doki 1 seems to be pretty consistent at trying to push on up. Good job. I love the beacon back here by Sharp-Eyed Fox, because at least that is making sure that there's constant artillery in this sector, just slowly hampering the German advance, on top of all the British forces getting those reinforcements, where Doki 1, Doke 1? Again, I'm not sure how you spell Doke 1 jelly? Doki jelly? I don't know. Anyway. Jaeger squad is forced back, and Dino is successfully able to hold this position. So good job on his part for having good front line, good support, and a good heal point for holding this position. Unfortunately, it looks like the Germans were not able to take the north. They're still in the same damn sector that they were before. So that's unfortunate. AT gun as well as a Stewart is there, but it's a command Stewart. You can tell because there's a guy on top that has his binoculars out. But that kind of helps boost everything around it rather than being a self-heal or something that would help solely that unit. There is some dock reinforcements from an AT gun, medical truck that will help. But as we can see with his units, he doesn't exactly have like a big frontline army. So offensively, he's going to have some issues. At least he has AT because right now, yeah, there's 2 Stewarts and that could potentially overwhelm. Though I don't want to say that because he does have a Panzerjäger squad and an AT gun and a Palm Grenadier. So he should have enough, if used correctly, to neutralize both Stewarts if they close the gap. Nice shot with the AT gun, forces the Stewart back. And actually, speaking of being forced back, maybe that will happen. We have a blob of German forces by Zergvoss over here, pushing back Sharp-Eyed Fox. The Riflemen are doing their best, and you can see here they're doing the ability to hopefully put some additional, supporting fire or laying down fire on targets over here, but it's just not enough. They're going to be forced back. Whirlwind is still doing damage, using the white phosphorus type shot on all the infantry. The infantry, though, is being hampered. Jaeger squad might die here if he's not being careful. Ranger is still pushing on up. Again, it's a good attempt by Zergvoss, but they are grouped up, so they take a little bit more fire from like flamethrowers and stuff like that. But finally, they force the unit back and take the position. So good job there. Up in the north, the Stewarts were under fire enough from the pack guns, or the Pack 38, that the infantry, even though very weakened, was enough to push on in. Panzer squad guarding the flank. Stewarts need the Royal Engineers to heal them, which is a negative for Zam Tiger over here. Alright, so victory point wise, Allies are currently at like, Allies are, I'm trying to be honest, about 110 point difference. That's not too bad. They have the lead. They are contesting. Well, hold on. Maybe they're not contesting because yeah, now it's 2 points against them. And I don't think they're going to quickly be able to push up and take that point. So contest was not the word. They're currently losing by 2 victory points to 1 point. Jaeger Squad, unfortunately, meets that MG. Oh, we have the ammo cache here, and does that actually... oh my god, it is. It is actually boosting that MG. So that increases the rate of fire and the recharge for units, which is why it's so good for artillery, because it increases the fire rate of it and makes it faster to recharge, so it fires quicker. Combine that with all the other abilities, and this thing is very annoying when you have the ammo cache. And again, it's not just one player, it's any player within this sector that gets that ability. Alright, down south, Wirblewind, looks like we have ourselves a little team up between Lord Gentle Crab and Doke 1. So, Wirblewind moving on over. I'm not sure what the plan is here. Maybe he's trying to do like an exploitation through the southern flank. Unfortunately, that did not work because Rangers with bazookas just hampered that thing's advance. And remember, that thing has the armored skirts on, so that has additional health. And it was brought down to 75% of its health or more. That's not a good sign. Rangers giving chase because they want to kill that Wirblewind. We have a Stuka on the field. Again, Nebelwerfer's in the south. We even have a Brumbar, which, okay, I don't want to be that guy. And Rangers are pushed back, by the way, in case someone's like, whoa, what happened? I don't want to be that guy. But going to the Brumbar, again, I still have CoH3, like a quick response, like, or thought process, right? So when I see a Brumbar, I see a Panzer IV chassis, right, with just the heavy gun up top, right? But it's still like a assault gun, right? And I would say that it's an assault gun that's not like a heavy tank or anything. But you go up, hold on. Need to quickly switch this to Lord Gentle Crab over here. But if you were to hypothetically, why is this not changing? Oh, there it is. You hypothetically were to change it. Wait, oh, it's unlocked, doy. Heavy tank. And I just sat there, I'm like, wait a second, because I'm currently making a video on heavy tanks. So I'm like, how did I miss that? But yeah, so that's something to keep in mind, at least for CoH3. The Brumbar is a heavy tank. Sure. And again, CoH2, I believe it was a medium tank, so that's like blew my brain. It's like, oh god damn it, now I have to I don't say change it up, but I have to just fix my brain to what a classification of a Brumbar is. Anyway, speaking of classification, that's classified as a blob. Through and through. That is a giant blob. Sharp-eyed Fox has a giant goddamn blob. Now that makes easy target for artillery, whether allied or enemy. Allied because, yeah, friendly fire can do a lot to this. Enemy because, well, Stuka. Or maybe, I don't know about double Wirblewinds, but yeah, they're doing the white phosphorus shots. There's just so many that they're gonna have to keep their distance and, yeah. Well, it looks like the double white phosphorus shots from the Wirblewind is doing the trick, because my god, it is just smashing that blob to bits. There's so many dead allied forces around that corner trying to charge. Well, without the Ranger squads, they don't have bazookas, so Wirblewinds don't have to be as worried in their advance. Again, I like the... look, you want to do a blob, that's fine, but when the enemy does something to just absolutely stop you in your tracks, maybe drop smoke or get the heck out of there, or, you know, do something to kind of cover, because, yeah, you're just not going to get all your troops there if they're just being suppressed in this tiny little position right there. Though, give credit where credit's due, allies at least have the fuel, and they at least have a decent chunk of mid, but because of the situation up north, brought to you in part as well by Zergvoss and Purple, they've managed to push the Brit off. So there is a lot of players kind of hovering around mid, but consistently the only player that's actually fighting up north is Zam Tiger. Zam Tiger, by the way, currently getting himself an armored unit, I believe a Matilda? But yeah, no, the rest of the allies I'm noticing, I mean, there's a Matilda here. We got ourselves a Crusader, but when the American players, we're not really seeing armor. We're seeing big blobs infantry, which makes sense because they have the decreased reinforcement rate cost, so that saves on manpower, which is why they're able to afford something like this. What did he go? Did he go the same? Yeah, he went the same thing. Okay, so they both went the support company. All right. We have artillery, which we saw earlier, and is currently being helped by this. Though there is some counterfire we see in this area, so it looks like the Germans know the arty's there and will try to focus their efforts to neutralize it. If they hit this, that's a decent explosion that could help take out everything around it. FG section's trying to hold. We have another fighting position right there from the Brits. We also have the artillery. Again, I haven't seen as much of it recently, but it is a light artillery barrage coming on in to help against the German infantry, thanks in part due to the beacons from advanced infantry, the Americans, battle group. We have airstrikes or artillery coming in. Let's see. It looks like artillery? Is that a creeping barrage? It is indeed a creeping barrage going across the front. So it forced the Germans back, and at least we know now what the British player went with his battle group. So no archers, but a creeping barrage. But still, if the enemy starts getting tanks, you do now put a hand behind your back as how good your effective counterattack could be. We also have a strike coming in over here. I think that's two breakthrough, so it's going to be zeroing? Yep, artillery and Stuka fire just hang this whole sector. British force on the other side pulled back. This side they pulled away. Looks like really it wasn't too much damage. So nice job. Also, I'm just astounded by how fast that thing moved with a broken engine. Yeah, sure. Let's. I thought that you're not supposed to destroy the property. Zero property damage. I guess they changed that from Band of Brothers. But anyway, destroying the buildings is not a half bad idea, so that way the enemy can't use them against you. But that being said, they could always use the cover from the destroyed building for their infantry, just in a different way. So they're in a building, they're like using the cover of the destroyed building. Triple Wirblewinds. Okay, I mean, this is a lot of damage versus infantry, but what about armor? So how do you deal with Matilda? Red solution, aka Zergvoss's solution, is nothing. He has no AT besides his one martyr, and I don't think that's enough. Something, but I feel like you need something a little bigger. But we'll see. Right now, actually, a lot of the German forces are heading south. We have a Wesp, so the artillery, which makes sense. Again, you have mobile, and that way you reposition them to hopefully hamper the big emplacements that the Americans set up. Oh, looks like double Wirblewin died in the south. Potentially to the Ranger Blob or something over here, because otherwise I'm not really seeing much artillery. Yep, the artillery is being hampered by the Wesp. Again, hopefully they can, you know, be a little more accurate with their shots. It looks like at least the ammo cache is going to die if they get one more shot on it. No, that doesn't mean you fire over the hill. Okay, when I said if, that was apparently more important than I thought. Because, man, those Wesps can't hit anything to save their life. Though we do have some counterfire by the American emplacements. The Wesps do pull back, so good for them. Wirblewind Blob does advance, but again, with AT, Crusaders, and AT guns, Crusaders, and everything else, looks like that was not effective. Crusaders still pushing up. We still have the Martyr doing its best, but it's one AT gun versus two Crusaders. There goes the Martyr. There essentially goes their anti-tank ability. Second Wirblewind is down. That's 3 out of 4 vehicles. This Wirblewind is now being chased up north. There is an AT gun by Purple ready to go. That is hitting the Crusader. Does get like a nice heat round into it. Not a lot of damage. Wirblewind does make it up the hill. But Crusader did exactly what it needed to. They saw a weak point. They saw a lack of AT. They advanced. And without infantry support from like a Faust or something, like that, they're able to close the distance. Artillery coming in from those beacons. Crusader should be fine. He throws a grenade, but like, really? And yeah, the British player will successfully pull back from this sector. So good for him. Good for him for managing to push up, do a lot of damage, and then pull back with very little casualties. Both Crusaders are alive. I don't know about any infantry or anything that was before with the Wirblewinds, but I would say that was pretty effective. I think we have mines coming down. We do in this sector, so that'll make it very annoying. Oh my god, we have ourselves a Sim City. Okay, Stewards are dead, but look at all this cover that's made. And again, this is all by the Germans, just making it so much more difficult to advance in this sector, and it's up here too. So that's really, I love all the minesweepers just trying to clear the mines. But it's taking time, and yeah, it's going to make it just extremely difficult to maneuver this sector, which means, I mean, the British could push up, but think about an armored vehicle having to navigate this. What is with the... Okay, apparently the Germans are like, you know what, we liked all the time we built our cover, now we destroy it with our own Stuka fire. Okay, sure, why not? Meanwhile, Panzer Pioneer trying to hit him from afar. We do have a Tiger tank. Alright. So what, we had 2 breakthrough, right? And 1 mech? So we could potentially see 2 Tigers. Though I think the other gentleman is going more with the other heavy tank. I cringe when I say that, but yeah, the second heavy tank, a Brummbar. Okay, it does make sense. Actually, I take that back. It takes a little more sense in CoH2. Or at the very least, I imagine the CoH2 Brummbars being better than the CoH3 Brummbars. Because the CoH2 Brummbars had such good front armor that it was a nightmare to fight. Oh, did the Crusader die from artillery? Damn. Thank you, chat, for the point, for calling that out. I missed that. But yeah, looks like the enemy artillery from the west or something like that neutralized it. Big old blob coming through, due to Sharp-Eyed Fox over here. And Purple manages to push Zam Tiger once again outside the northern sector. There's still that MG right there kind of guarding the fuel, which you'll need to flank. But looks like the German infantry is continuing to build more cover to make it more difficult for a counterattack. We also have a German Tiger from the Dock section, or Dock faction, moving on up. I should just say Dock Tiger. Oh my god. Anyway, the Blob is lying in wait for this Tiger to push up and hopefully flank it. I guarantee it. We also have a Matilda, which can't exactly dish out damage, but can take hits. I don't know how effective it is, you know, versus... I know how effective it is, not really against a Tiger, but still, it could try. It could assist. Speaking of assisting, we have a Crusader that pushed south. I don't... Yeah, it's extremely injured, so yeah, probably get the hell out of there. Brummbars are, wow, pretty weak. I think the enemy artillery fire needs to pull that back. Naval Warfare returning fire against the fighting position? I mean, cool, it's on fire. Slowly burning away. It looks like the ammo cache is still alive with the other artillery, so it looks like there has been really a consistent effort to neutralize it. Which again, if you're like, well, how do we kill it? It's like you have zeroing, you have the ability to get a Kettenkrad, sacrifice a Kettenkrad through the back lines, and that way have recon and call that sucker in. Rangers pushing up against the Brummbars. Again, coming in from the sides in order to get better shots. Brummbars also can't move its gun past its front, so it has to make sure it's always facing the enemy. So having 2 enemies coming from 2 angles can be annoying. Panther on the field, so we finally have that. I think that's... Yeah, he's been focusing on the artillery, so that's why we haven't seen it. But I guess just the presence of another tank is enough to send them packing. Tiger tank holding back... actually being held back by the Matilda and the AT gun, as well as a 17-pounder. Tiger barely gets out of there. Not from lack of trying, from that 17-pounder, tries to fire a shot as far as it can. We also have a Crocodile. Looks like it just broke through all those defenses. And is now trying to hamper the Germans, though the Tiger tank kind of stuck in the building. Kind of, a bit. You know, holding the best it can. Croc is going to drop smoke. Where is the infantry? Oh, back at base, just chilling. I guess they're having a tea break. Well, while they're having a tea break, the mines are going out right as the Crocodile is retreating. So this Crocodile engaged the Tiger and is like, alright, we finally escaped. And potentially like a horror film, it's going to hit a mine and be stopped. Now, I think it's going to go through this path and it'll just be fine. But it would be funny if it did somehow hit a mine and then it got stuck. It's like, oh no. It's the equivalent of a horror victim like tripping or something and just being... or revealing itself. Damn. Rear shot. That thing is like 1 health remaining. Good shot with the Tiger against the Croc. Foot guard's pushing on up. I thought that was a direct strike. I'm like, oh my god, that seems effective. Nope. Just, oh, that's fire. Okay, that was a good hit. Stuka as well coming on in. Kills a foot guard. Tiger is weakened, but not dead. Artillery is hitting its retreat area. Luckily, because of the other, I think the Croc's effort, it broke up this area, making it easier for him to retreat. He's shocked, but still pulling back. Tiger is a little shell shocked from the artillery. Wow, this thing is so low. But it looks like with like no health remaining, he will escape. So good job on Purple's part. Tiger managed to kill a Croc, severely hamper Damn Tiger's infantry, and get out to fight another day. Now, Zergvoss still has his Tiger, but we have more armor, potentially. Yeah, we have another Crusader coming on out. We got ourselves the Matilda still fighting in mid. Jaeger Squad is not going to be able to fight all that. And we have a small infantry push going for the victory point. Victory point wise, the Axes are still below, but at least they have 2 victory points for the time being. At least until this Ranger Squad decaps this position. Josh Troopin are pretty good, but when you're fighting all of this, best to maybe keep it closer to your base so that way they don't have to run through a Ranger Squad and get destroyed. Which, okay, very lucky he did not die there. Alright, big battle in mid, and while artillery is definitely hampering the Brits, the bigger loss is going to be that Tiger that just blew up and burst into flames. Although the 17-pounder is lost. So Dino did lose a little bit. Actually, he lost both of his AT guns. One of them fully destroyed, the other one is not, so he should be able to pick that up and hopefully continue the fight. Alright. So, anything of note? Oh, hold on. Flanking maneuver kills the medical position. Nebelwerfer is under smoke, so he might try to escape, though they can always direct fire. This Brummbard died in the back. Oh boy. I guess he was trying to finally get those repairs. Never could get them. Never could. Panther shooting the Crusader in the rear. It is a recruit Panther versus a Vet 3 Crusader. So I'm going to, give it to the Crusader. Yes, the Panther's better, but this thing has the speed and the maneuverability, I think, to fight and get the hell out of there. MG is probably going to die on retreat thanks to Matilda. Yep, there we go. Rangers as well trying to knock out the... Oh, bunker. Not bunker. The cache. That position is well gone, so no more resources for the Germans. Brummbars trying its best to stand and fight. But again, it's getting a lot of debuffs from those bazooka teams. Is that... I think that's Ranger training as well, that it gives it like the small little boost to just annoy armor. Matilda is still there, backed up by another Ranger Squad Crusader. So it looks like in the south, Woola and them managed to break through and cause significant damage. And I think that's it. Wow. Okay. So with that final push, the Germans are like, yeah, no, this is not going well. We need to pull back. So good teamwork there. Oh my god. Lord Gentle Crab, didn't you have... Oh my god, okay. Well, not many kills for him. You can definitely see who was literally carrying the team. On one shoulder, it was Purple, and the other one, Zergvoss. The other two guys, not so much. Allies are a little bit more spread out. Dino submitted this game, so thank you, Dino. Top damage, though, goes to Woola. Just going over a quick amount of stats. We don't have too much to really go over. Grenadiers, only 1 loss there. Oh, Jaeger Squad, actually, more kills, no losses. Ranger Squad as well, got 31, and even killed a vehicle. Not much to say there. Stuka got 25. Flakverling 28, but he did die, but still, that's not too shabby. Palm Grenadiers 29, but they did lose themselves. Infantry section lost 1 squad, but up to 33. 7 vehicles for the Crusader 3. Damn, that is a very good Crusader push overall. And again, only lost 2 of them, so not too bad. Wirblewind definitely... Wow, okay. I was going to say, didn't do as much. That one did not do as much. I'm assuming it has to be the other guy, right? Oh, Lord Gentle Crab, I think, had the others. But let me get to him in a second. Yeah, not much to say there. Howitzers didn't. We don't have kills. Rangers, again, 33 kills, but and 5 vehicles never died. So a good Ranger game, I guess, if you want to chalk that up. Oh, he had the Brummbars. Brummbars only had 5 infantry kills. Really? I guess it just did more damage to health than anything else. Damn, and you had 4 of those and they did absolutely nothing against the American infantry. Huh. Were those Wirblewind Blob 18? Again, not the greatest for how many you deployed. Yeah, not many great kills in general, except for your infantry. That did very well. But hey, that was a game, not the greatest, not by a long shot, but competent, and the Allies at least had a good army, good tactics, and managed to hit the Germans where they can hurt consistently. They saw a weak point, they exploited it, so again, good job there. That's going to be this game. Thanks again, guys, for watching. This has been Greyshot17. I'll see you all next time.
Hello everyone, this is Greyshot17, and before y'all go, let me give a special shout out to Patreon supporters Joey G240, Milam, Big Cooch, Aphyria, Ace, Pyro Shark, Tonybee 95, Epic Pleb. Thank you all for your incredible support in helping me grow my channel and support my channel and everything I do. Thank you, and to the rest of you, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.